start today's session, it's my distinct honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed keynote speaker for today, a luminary in the field of energy and environmental studies, and a visionary leader in the academia and industry alike. With over 15,000 research citations to his name, Professor Dharam Buddhi has made remarkable contributions to scientific knowledge and innovation. He is currently serving as the Vice Chancellor of Uttaranchal University in India and has previously held the prestigious position of Vice Chancellor at the Gyan Vihar University in Jaipur. Additionally, he has been the Pro-Vice Chancellor at the lovely Professional University in Jalandhar. Professor Buddhi has had a distinguished academic career as a professor at the School of Energy and Environmental Studies. He's also served as the coordinator for the MTech program in energy management, shaping the minds of future leaders in the field. Professor Buddhi's professional experiences are truly global. He's been a visiting professor in various universities, including in Barcelona, Spain, in Japan, and in Auckland, New Zealand. His international exposure spans the US, UK, Portugal, France, Italy, Switzerland, Germany, Korea, Spain, and many other countries. His illustrious career is testament to his dedication and expertise. We are incredibly fortunate to have him share his ideas and knowledge with us today. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Professor Dharam Buddhi. Professor.
Yeah, a very good morning, and this is Professor Dharam Buddhi. I must thank Gopal Krishnan for giving a very wonderful introduction to the audience. And perhaps it's not true. True is that we are all a good teacher. We all have to be a good teacher. That's all. The best part of life is there. I think I must congratulate the Som Sundaram and his team that they have given a thought for a wonderful talk and wonderful topic, which is the need of the hour. And that is the talent ecosystem. Perhaps nothing can be better than that topic which they have selected. And I feel after going a long discussion for the whole day, some outcome would be there. Similarly, as in India, we say the Amrit from the sea. I think something should be coming out from these discussions. And definitely, I hope would be very useful to the India, Malaysia, and for all participating countries. I can see one of my colleagues, Professor Manpreet Singh from Chandigarh University. Very good morning, sir. Nice to see you. And many VKJ, Professor VK Jain is also there from Muradabad. I think we all have gathered here to discuss the topic, how the education can be a part of future of any country. I think we all know that a very well-known quote is there, the teacher builds the nation. It's everywhere. It is well written everywhere, well mentioned everywhere. But teachers can only make the nation once the students are there and quality of students are there. When I say the quality of students are there, it means that we have to develop them in such a manner, as Professor Sundaram has mentioned, that collaboration and innovation. Collaboration and innovation, these two words are very important in today's scenario. If we don't collaborate, if we don't have a consortium kind of education system, perhaps then we would be working in an isolation system. And if we are working in an isolation system, then we would not be able to support the community. We would not be able to support the nation, and in globally, of course, the global agenda, it may be of United Nations, as he has mentioned one of the words, sustainability. Perhaps that's the most important part of life. Now, we should think how the things can be sustainable, either it's in education or in industry, in governance, in management, whatever the agenda is there, whatever the scope is there, whatever the process is there, unless there is a sustainability, perhaps we cannot go ahead, we cannot be successful in education, in academic system, in the universal. I feel as a innovation or a talent ecosystem, I feel one of the objectives which I thought in my mind came that we should undertake the full potential of students. And if we had to take a full potential of the student, then of course we have to develop an ecosystem. And this ecosystem should be able to transform our students, their life, transformation of their life, transformation of the society through these students. And finally, the objective has to be the transformation of the nation. I think we all know that in India, we have the majority of youth population. And the world is looking towards us, that how the Indian youth can contribute globally. And it's our duty that the human resource which we have, we must train them in such a manner. We should provide them talented ecosystem that they can contribute towards the globally and can make a beautiful system, a beautiful world, a beautiful sort of ecosystem and community across the world. So I think when we talk about the ecosystem, there are three most important parameters. One is the faculty. Second is the industry. Then, of course, the country and society, as well as the students are also stakeholders of an ecosystem. And if we talk about the faculty, the first duty of the faculty, they have to be well skilled. And I feel as we are talking about the ecosystem, then we have to train, we have to skill our faculty members. What is the requirement in next 5 years, in 10 years, or 12 years, or 15 years? So we have to see that how we can skill our faculty members. And if we will not do that, perhaps our ecosystem is going to fail out of it. So I suggest all members present in the ICoTE 24 that they should try to develop a joint faculty development program. I may be having expertise in one area. Professor Manpreet Singh might be having in another area. Som Sundaram might be having another area. Krishnan might be having another area. We all have some specialization, some expertise in a given area. So I suggest all my fellows, those who are present, if we can develop an ecosystem that how we can train our faculty members by collaborating with each other. That can be one objective of this and successful objective, one successful outcome of this ICoTE maybe, in my opinion. The second, as I mentioned, the second part is the industry. I think we all are talking about it, not today, maybe last 20 years, maybe 40 years, maybe 50 years, that academia and industry must interact. It's a very good word, fancy word, but still I don't see there is a good interaction among academic institutions and the industry. The reason is that perhaps, as I mentioned, our faculty members are not exposed to that level. They can interact, they can go to that level that, okay, we can talk, we can contribute to the industry in their process, in their innovation, product development, in their life cycle system, whatever it is. Perhaps our faculty members are lacking to that. So I suggest, but there are many countries where the industries have established certain labs in universities at their own cost. Number one. Number two, they are also giving a lot of projects to the industries. And I see in India, perhaps we are lacking. Our industries may not be having, it's my own personal opinion, a faith, a trust on Indian academia system that they can contribute to them. However, if you see Microsoft, maybe HP, or many other industries, Hitler, they all are taking the technology from the lab of the universities and then making a product and marketing it. And I feel in India that ecosystem is missing, purely missing. And if I develop a product, we don't have the industry to take it to the next level. Though we have given a process, a thought process for startups, but still the funding issues, the investment in startups are still, it's a question. There's a question for that. So I feel in India, and if the forum can do, not only in India, in all participating countries, if we can all come together with industries with a commitment, it should not be only a participation and then go away. If we can have a commitment that if you have a technology, and then perhaps we would be able to take it to the next level. I will quote a very simple example of my technology which I developed. As you have mentioned, I was part of School of Energy and Environmental Studies, Devi Ahilya University, Indore in India. And I was working on thermal energy storage technologies there. I developed one technology, one system for that. I think I'm talking of around 2004. I developed the technology in 1994, 1995. For 10 years, there was no takeaway for that. Fortunately, one person from an industry was looking for a solution. They approached me. I transferred the technology to them, and they use this solution in telecom sector. I'm talking of 2004, 2005, because I think we all know in telecom sectors, at that time there was an issue that how to remove the heat from the telecom shelters. Then we were having the towers and then shelter was there. And to remove the heat when the power is not there, because in certain part of the country, the power problem still is there. At that time, there were serious concerns about it in the remote areas. We developed a solution for that the country solved, that particular organization, the company solved it, and they were able to maybe a 500 crores in rupees turnover, they were able to develop that by a small solution. So what I suggest, if we can have a committed from both sides, perhaps can develop a good ecosystem between academia and industry. So the industry has to think that if we can get a small solution from the university, then we should take to the next level and finally to the society and for a commercialization. And third most important part of any ecosystem is the country's policies. I think on Monday I was attending one conclave of government of Uttarakhand, and they were talking about AI, artificial intelligence in Uttarakhand, how we can take the benefits of AI in the state of Uttarakhand, where we have a lot of issues, in particular disaster management. So one of the person very rightly mentioned, the government tries to stop you for everything. And they should not be there. They should open. So what I feel, the government should develop an ecosystem. Okay, come. Don't put a lot of restrictions initially, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, and then try to mention that, okay, you come with a solution, try to do something. And I don't feel anyone is going to take the disadvantage of that. I feel everyone will contribute, would be able to contribute something to the system. So government of every nation government should take the eco policies for that and develop an ecosystem that provides certain liberal funding to the innovators, to the researchers, to the universities. If they are coming up with very, very small ideas. Like I think most of the Indian universities now have a seed funding for the faculty members and students. If they are coming very small idea, the universities are funding for that and getting something out of it. The third is the community, as well as I mentioned, the students. Students are a very important part. As a university system, as an academia system, I think in India, it's a very well conceptually mentioned or mentioned by all, including the President of India sometime, maybe now also, that in India, we have the youth population, but the issue is that how skilled they are. That's very important for all of us. I think, as I mentioned, the CII, the federations, other industrial federations, they have generally quote that 80 to 85% of our professional students are not skilled. It means that they have a knowledge, they know something. But when they are given, they are provided a specific task, a specific project, a specific statement of problem, perhaps they are not able to provide the solution for that. So I think we all of us have to work that how we can train, how we can make a system, ecosystem for how these 80 to 85, even today, the concept is similar. If I talk about the country's education system at present, if we talk about the engineering education, every student wants to go for a computer science and engineering, maybe a different specialization of that. But finally, when this million of students will be coming out, would they be skilled? Would they be able to serve the industry? These are all the questions in front of us. And I think this forum, the talent ecosystem can definitely provide a solution for that. I think for these students, generally what is happening in the classroom, we are majorly focused on the conventional method, that is completing the syllabus curriculum of that. And I personally feel when we were only focusing on the curriculum, perhaps we would not be able to develop the skilled students, professional students from the academy. Because if I give a very simple example again from Indore, we established a forum there, and because I was in energy, so we developed a National Institute Industry Forum on Energy. And there are 500 industries were there on at this platform. And we were taking our student over post-graduating in energy management. I'm taking energy management. Every alternate Saturday, they were going to industries and looking for the, what you call that, the utilities of the industry. And once they were looking the industries, and they can understand that, okay, after 2 years, I have to work here. So they were understanding the industry culture, the requirement of the industry, in particular, when we are talking of the energy management and sustainability, energy conservation, or the role of renewable power in industries. So they were very well understanding that while going in every semester, at least 8 to 10 industries. So that kind of the system, student, we need to develop, we need to give them a thought process that they should have a research thought process. They should have a connect. All of us should have a connect with our alumni also. I think that is one thing which is in most of the industries, most of the universities, that is missing. Our students, those who are already working there, can definitely provide an ecosystem to this academia. So I suggest all of you, please make such kind of platform that where we all can interact frequently. I think presently we might not be interacting too frequently, so we should be interacting frequently. As one of the matter I have seen that if we talk about the best universities of the world, they are having the academic excellence. When I say the academic excellence, it means that they are having the curriculum content maybe 40%, 50%, and 50 to 60% are other skill development programs, which are helping them. In fact, we also developed a score method that if you have to have 1,000 marks for your UG degree, then okay, 600 marks of your UG degree and 400 marks will be given for your other activities, co-curricular, curricular, or innovative activities. So similarly, that is called basically, in my opinion, academic excellence, and perhaps that can help the student to be better prepared for talent for industry. Second, I think the robust service to the student is very important, as mentioned by that Krishnan also, as well as from Sundaram also, that robust system, robust service to the students is very much required. Industry partner in most of the programs. But what I see nowadays, the industry partners, I think if we talk about the India, I may not be talking for other countries, we have a lot of industry, they are coming to academic institutions. But when we assess them as an outcome, perhaps I'm not satisfied with that. They are all majorly for money. They are coming to earn from the students. However, it should be the other way around, how they can contribute to the students. So I feel there may be 100 industries, 50 industries. They are coming to the universities every day that we will be giving this help, we will be developing this course. But when we see their content, when we see their outcomes, perhaps they are similar what we are teaching in our classroom. They are not making a value addition to that. So I think that we have to rethink about it, how these industries can contribute to the academia, can contribute to the excellence of our students. If I see that, because we are talking about talent ecosystem, the another important part, as I mentioned, the research and innovation. Please, when my time is over, please just ask to me about it. So if we say that the research is still at UG level and PG level, the research is missing. Research is not only to go for a new ideas, but it also develop a thought process. It also basically expose what the world is doing in particular technologies. So I think we should also expose our students. There are certain institutions in country that in first week or first month or 2 months, they are just giving students certain problems and asking them to find out the solutions for them. They are giving societal problems and finding the solutions for them. So they might be looking all internet, interacting with many people, interacting with society, many where they might be interacting. So I feel that is one solution where they should do. But if we see the analysis, the research, the per million, in India we are lacking behind. I think there are 150 papers per million. And if we talk about UK, there are maybe around 3,000. The US is having 2,000. So perhaps we are lacking somewhere. The developing nations are lacking somewhere. Similarly, if we talk about the patents filed by, though in Indian universities, we are filing good patents, but still we are lacking. If we see the China is filing around 7 lakhs, maybe 0.7 million patents per year. And we are filing 1.1 million patents per year. All may not be useful for the society, but at least it gives a training to our students, to our faculty, how we should go at it. The result may be develop that kind of the culture in our university, that how we can develop a research and innovation culture in our country among our students and faculty members. When once I analyzed the data of NIRF, and they have shared that in India we have more or less around 1,300 universities. Out of this, the private universities are contributing a major share. But when we come to the research, its contribution is 3 to 5% only in the country. So that is the way where we can do a better task. We can contribute better if we develop an ecosystem for that. I think I will request all my fellow members that we should try to develop a curiosity among students. Curiosity means they should ask questions, they should try to find out the solutions for that, and they should try to see how we can make a contribution to our country. I think I will be just, I have taken a lot of time. My time is going to be over. So I will say that among the ecosystem, we should have a 3 E's, which generally I use to say the energy, as and execute. If these 3 E's we can develop among our academia systems, our students, so I feel they are going to be the lead around the world. They can contribute to the world to make it sustainable, to make a better human beings, to make a holistic development of everyone in the nation around the world. I will close my talk by saying a small quotation, how the critical development can be developed among the students by giving certain case study. I think one man was living in a village, and he was having 17 camels. I think many of you might have heard about it. And when he died, so he wrote in his willpower that 17 camels to be divided among his 3 sons. The first will get half, second will get 1/3, and the third will get 1/9. So now you cannot divide the 17 half. You cannot have cut one camel out of it. So there was a question how to divide them. Now everyone was thinking. So I think what I feel, that kind of the critical thinking we need to develop among our students and faculty members. One man came from the society, and he was having one chemical. He added one camel, and he added that. Now it becomes 18. So he said 1/2, half of 18 is 9. So he gave the first one the 9 camels. 1/3, the 6 camels, give to the second one. The third was given 1/9, 2. So 9, 6, and 2, 17. And his one camel is still left back. The same what he was added to that. So if we can add such kind of innovative thoughts, critical thinking among our faculty members and students, I hope we would be able to make a talent ecosystem around the globe. My best wishes to all of you, and hope by evening you would be able to have certain outcomes. And if you will sharing with us, we will definitely like to be part of that. And if possible, to add, to make it possible in our university to support you. Thank you very much for listening me so carefully. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, Professor. Certainly, it was a very insightful 30 minutes listening to all your ideas and your suggestions. And certainly we have taken note on your suggestion for a tangible outcome from this conference. And that's definitely first and foremost in in our minds as well. And for sure, we'll take up your offer and network with all the institutions here and try to form some sort of a working ecosystem, which is a very challenging task. But I'm sure that GenuineIN and with the leadership of Mr. Somasubram is very readily, willing to undertake this challenging task. Right. Thank you, Prof.